this group that you had played with Constant and Basilo for like a game, but other than that, this whole team was new to start, and you guys got as far as you did. What does that say about this group?
Yeah, just a great group of guys. A lot of character, and they're just really good people. Not just good hockey players, they're really good people, and really really special group of guys for sure.
What is it about this team on the ice that got you as far as you got?
I think our work ethic was pretty huge. Also, the coaches put us in good situations, that we can succeed, and I think we're always prepared, always knew what the other team was going to bring, and those things, if you have that kind of mentality going into a game, you're probably going to have some success. And just a really smart group of guys, and they just understand the game, and I think we were just tried to be as prepared as possible for every game.
Maybe not the people in the building, but do you think you surprised some people? Some of the people outside, some of the fans.
Yeah,
maybe?
Yeah, and I hopefully, the support continues, and the later parts of the season, the crowds were awesome. We would have some pretty good numbers for even weekday games, which was something that wasn't going on at the start of the year. So, as we moved on throughout the year, the support grew and grew, which was awesome, and they were a big part of our success this year.
What did it take? You guys cut it kind of close getting into the playoffs, and then it seemed like almost flipped a switch and started playing, possibly the best hockey you guys have played all year, and obviously this we want to do in the playoffs, but it's harder to do than to say.
Yeah.
So how'd you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just our team was always prepared, like I said, and you get into the playoffs and it doesn't really matter what seed you are. We were just a really hard-working team, and I think that just showed as we closed in on the start of playoffs. It didn't matter that we didn't have home ice, that we were going to be a really tough team to play against, and that showed throughout the two series that we played.
As a player, hockey-wise, not just like the bigger sense, what do you get out of this season?
It's just every year I'm still learning things about pro hockey, and it's just being a pro, day in and day out is something that I'm still working on. It's that you don't just sign a contract and become a great professional. So there's lots of habits and things that I'm still working on, and hopefully continue to grow as a pro hockey player.
What's that they say about, when you stop learning, you're done?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I've just, there's always new things. You play with new players, you play for new coaches, and you're always going to learn something new, and that's just kind of what I've been trying to do.
As a person, do you take something different out of this group? You guys work closer than any team I've covered, and you guys have all said more things about Kale than I've ever heard said about a coach. So.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just everybody has a ton of respect for each other, and if you have guys' respect, you're going to have a team that's together, and everyone was always on the same page, and everybody's always happy to see each other, and it's just like I said, it's a great group of guys, and everyone's different, and really really cherish the times that you have with these guys.
My last one is a video. I know this is an impossible question, but do you have a top moment of the year?
Top moment of the year. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think probably the first playoff game here. That was a pretty big moment, especially for the people of Glens Falls. That was pretty awesome. The crowd was really into it, and they were just excited to have playoff hockey here again, and so that was pretty cool for not just the fans but the players too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.